That was Italian. Jeez. I'm so sorry for him.
Sorry. Speak slowly. It's Monday. It's
Oh wait,
2017.
I'm just, I really want to understand this.
Okay.
There is a class that deals with the show that he and I are a part of that gets taught at a university.
Yes.
Of what curriculum is that a part of?
It's actually part of our general education writing class.
Of course it is.
Somebody give him a chair. I bet you would flunk it.
All right, I'm going to need to talk to you later.
Okay.
'Cause I need to understand this better.
Well, my professor has a meet and greet with you later on, so I bet you can ask her all the
Okay.
questions.
What school is this?
The University of North Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
The University of Eric Kripke. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
What's your question?
Okay, so I also asked this question to Mark yesterday, but I was wondering if there was an experience or a lesson that you guys learned in your acting career that pretty much changed it forever, that you just kind of hold on to.
God, I mean, there are dozens. Jensen?
Yes, there were many little things along the way that I think helped shape kind of how we work and how, we look at things and handle things. There's I don't know if any of you watch CNN, but they're running promos for this thing on people that changed our lives or something like that.
Yeah.
And that got me thinking, like, I wonder if there's one person that was like responsible for like skewing me on the path that I'm on today. And I started thinking, I thought back to when I was on Days of Our Lives, and I was he's a soap opera fan. And I was young. I just gotten to Los Angeles and was maybe 19, 20. And Deidre Hall, who plays Marlene. I remember I showed up first day on set, and she was very intimidating, and still is to this day. But I remember her. She came up to me and she said, "Know your lines, hit your mark, and stay out of my light." And I just go, "Yes, ma'am." And I remember going, "Okay, I will never not do that." And then as I worked on the show a little bit longer, she really kind of took me under her wing. And then when they came to me at the end of my 3-year contract and said, "Hey, we want to renegotiate another 3 years," she pulled me into her dressing room. She was like, "Not a doubt. No way. Get out of here. You're better than this." And she wouldn't let me resign. So I think she was certainly responsible for me not staying there longer than I did, but she also taught me a lot of lessons that I will never forget. So, and I was young and looking for lessons. I was just a sponge, so I looked at the people who had been there a long time and okay, what can I learn from you?
Mine's less specific, and I think it probably, maybe with the way you posed your question of being in school and whatnot, and having just read David Bowie's Proust questionnaire answers, which are fantastic, and they asked him what his ideal, what's perfection to him, and his answer was reading. And I guess what I kind of gathered from my time as an actor is that you can learn so much from reading and from knowing other people. You don't have to literally experience everything to experience everything. And you can learn, I've learned so much from Sam, I've learned from Dean, I've learned from movies I've watched, from books I've read. And so I think I learned that with an open mind, you can really learn a lot by being aware of your surroundings, being aware of other people, and kind of this level of empathy to, I empathize with a fictional character, very much so, you know? So I think what I learned is to kind of keep an open mind, and that you can learn a whole lot about life and about experience. And we've had so many conversations really recently about 11 years, like people are, like, it's still, and we have kids and wives, and our lives have gone to 70 different places in the last decade and change. But all along, you realize at some point in time, you're like, you know what? One of these days, when I get around to living, I'm gonna do this. One of these days, like when life starts, I'm gonna do that. And then you look in the mirror and you're 30-something, you got a family and a home, and you're like, I gotta stop waiting for life. This is life. Like, start enjoying it for what it is, here and now. So. That's it.